Hello and welcome. So today I'm going to be looking at the Times Cryptic, and this is being published on Friday the 20th of September 2024. It's been set by Mara. Just had a little look back in my old puzzles, and actually had a Mara puzzle last week that I completed in 18 minutes. The two I did before that by Mara were about 13 minutes, so hoping for a reasonably decent time on this one today, not taking too long on it. So I'm just going to reset the timer and crack on. A fen mist having moved clear. Anagram of a fen mist, I suppose. Switch hands passing to the left. Feels like there's something about port there, but switch hands. Don't know. Not entirely good and yet excellent. Great. No. Again, changes of PE, a physical exercise after study. Again, change a physical exercise after study. Again, clues normally start with RE, but I can't think. Can't read P. Change a physical exercise after study. Read? I wonder if it reads in there somewhere. Very cold part of anticyclone. Well, hidden word, I assume. Anticyclone, TIC, tick, very cold, Arctic, don't know, psych. Garment I've just bought in US state, New Mexico. New something, I'd have thought. New Hampshire, New York, New Jersey, there we are, New Jersey. There we go, that's easy on it. Settle a match, easy if you know your states, that is. Settle a match, settle a match. Strike. Journalist taking part in Foxtrot. Foxtrot could be an F. I decided to knock over. Journalist in Foxtrot. I decided to knock over. I mean, that just. I've got no real feel what that wants to be. To knock over, tripped or something. Bashed. Whiskey. Trier. And a few when drunk. So there's an anagram of W for whiskey, trier is 5 letters, and a few when drunk. But then what am I looking for? Try and a few. Anagram of something water, fire water. Vehicle kaput, rear end knocked off. Caravan bust. I think that's bust without the T. Men and girl out for troll. I feel like it was ogre, but I don't know. It can't be ogre, it's too long. Ogress. O-R, girl out. Just an anagram of men girl, maybe. Which would be. Don't know. Correct tax code, extremely unusual. So that looks like it's. I think tax code should be P11 or something, isn't it? Tax code. Excuse me. Extremely unusual. UL. Correct. Can't think. Suddenly see part of a tree. Part of a tree. Bough, leaf, root. Scottish dish tasted by convict. Prisoner haggis. Scottish dish taste. I mean, that's probably Scottish with dish tasted by. I don't know. Ooh, well, that's something there, I suppose. Island created fresh air. Older relative of a kid. Of a kid. Nanny. So nannies are nanny goats. Witness insect awaiting swatter. Something in the. Be in the bonnet. Be in the insect awaiting. Is that an anagram of witness await insect witness? Insect could be an anagram. Swatter on the tube where growths come up. Warts, straw. Yep. Thingamajig has twit discombobulated. That surely has to be a hidden word, doesn't it? Thingamajig. What's it? What's it? Yeah, so what's it's a bit of furniture, I think. What's it? Well, in this case it isn't really, it's just a thingamajig. What's it? Ridiculous place to sit when training. Ridiculous place. I think the ridiculous bit is probably the helper there. I'm not sure what this is again. A physical exercise. APE after study. Let's see what readapt. Readapt PT after study. Read a PT. Readapt, I suppose. Change again. Readapt. Okay. Arcade nearly collapsing. So arcade nearly collapsing. Its days may be numbered. Calendar. I think that's calendar something, isn't it? And then flipping heck. Calendar. So calendar year. I think there's a year in there, isn't there? Let's take it out. Arcade A R C A D E. Nearly, yeah. Calendar year. Calendar year. Let's check out how many. I've got 2 A's, 3 A's, and 2 E's. 3 A's and 2 E's. I think I've got that right. Next one. Middle Eastern serial I translated. So again, that just looks like an anagram of serial I. Oh, Middle Eastern Israeli, I suppose. Badge pinned by Maestro Setter. I mean, if that isn't... Is that emend? Extremely... that really feels like it ought to be a hidden word, this one. But I can't see it if it is. Rosette, I think. Yeah, Rosette. Which makes that interesting for the extremely unusual. Rosette badge. Yep. Scrap of confetti flying highly iridescent ultimately, so it's just large letters, isn't it? Which is F-I-G-H-T. Scrap. Fight. Let's get the last couple of down clues before I move on. Dance in bronze and green light. Tango, I suppose. Fair enough. Directors evidently yawning out loud, bored. Okay, well that's pretty good. Correct. Ugh. Exact. Correct tax code. Extremely. I think that's exact. I don't understand why though. EC. Tax is an anagram, isn't it? With EC. I think that's exact. Correct. Yeah, correct is exact. This one, Scottish dish, tasted by convict. Porridge. Fair enough. Oh, where have we gone? Where have we gone? Porridge. Okay. I was beginning to think this was going to be a hard one, but suddenly see part of tree. Part of a tree. Yeah, suddenly see. Twig. Okay. Fair enough. I've seen that clue about twice in the last week, so it's not been too bad for me. Could have been horrible though. Anagram of that, I think, which makes it gremlin. Okay, I would not have thought of a troll as a gremlin, but fair enough. This looks like a fly on the wall. Witness, is it? Yeah, witness, fly on the wall, fair enough. Aphen mist. Oh gosh, I forgot about this one. Is that clear? Aphenism? Yeah. Not entirely good, and yet great. This one, very part of anticyclone, is icy. There it is. It's there in plain sight. Yeah, this must be an editor, mustn't it? Journalist taking part in Foxtrot. I decided to not go backwards. Yes, that's a hidden word backwards. It did. Door. Okay, well that's 9 minutes to here. That's not too bad. Ridiculous place to sit when training. Ridiculous place to sit when training. Switch hands. Passing to the left. Swap, I suppose. potty. I suppose that must be potty. Place to sit when training. settle, sorry, settle a match. A light, I suppose. Settle a light. Okay, so settle as in get on board something. Island created, is that just an anagram? Is land, no, created fresh air. I think that's the name of an island, isn't it? Created fresh air. That's air. Madeira, I think. What's that? Yeah, that's manifest, I guess. Let's make clear. I'm going to go with Madeira, because, you know. Not entirely good, and yet excellent. Oh no. Not entirely good is dingy, and yet excellent. What can I put? I'm going to take out a letter because otherwise. What's this? Dinky, donkey. Not entirely good. Not entirely good, and yet excellent. Can you really manage to put a clue in that's that hard? And the answer is yes, you can. Dandy. Is that dandy? Dandy is. Dan. Not entirely good. Dandy. What's that? Dandy. And yet excellent. D and yeah, I think that's dandy. There you go. 1127. Right, I'll have to properly decrypt that in a minute, but I think I get it. Oh, it's just a hidden word again. Right, okay, there we are, 1127, that was good. Minute on that last one, so let's go through the clues. Afen mist is an anagram of manifest. Having moved is telling us to anagram that word, and clear is manifest. If you switch hands, then you swap. Passing to the left. Okay, so you've got pause backwards. So it's actually switches to swap, and hands are pause, but passing to the left, so read it backwards. Very good. That's clever, actually, I'll give you that. Not entirely good, and yet, so we've got a hidden word of dandy, D and Y. Excellent is dandy. Excuse me. Again, change, so readapt. So if you adapt something, you change it. If you do it again, you readapt it. A physical exercise is PT, physical training, goes after study. Study is to read. Very cold part of anticyclone. So part of anticyclone, we've got the word icy hidden in there, and icy is very cold. So that's our second hidden word already. Garment I've just bought in US states. So one of the US states is New Jersey, and if you've just bought a new jumper, New Jersey, then it's your garment I've just bought is in New Jersey. Okay, so a settle is to a light. So a light is to get onto something. My word knowledge isn't good enough to know that, but yeah, settle and light, getting on board something. A match, a light. Journalist is an editor. Taking part in Foxtrot, I decided to knock over. So again, we've got a hidden word backwards this time in there. Decided the end of Foxtrot, so EDITOR. Knockover is telling us to look backwards, so that's our third hidden word, this time first one backwards. We've got one there, one there, one there. Firewater, so whiskey is firewater, kind of a nickname for it or whatever. Trier and a few, so firewater is an anagram of trier and a few, so not the and word there. When drunk is telling us it's an anagram. Good, solid anagram word drunk. Vehicle kaput, so a vehicle is a bus, so that's the answer. Kaput is bust, but the rear end taken off, so take off the T of bust, gives you bus. Men and girl out for troll, so another anagram of men, girl, out telling us to anagram it, so that's the other kind of another key anagram word, and troll is a gremlin in this case. Right, this one's a bit interesting to fully understand, but we've got correct equals exact. We then got the word tax and the extreme letters of code C and the E. So TAX, CE, and unusual is telling us it's an anagram of those to get to exact. Suddenly see, if you suddenly see something, you suddenly twig the answer. Part of a tree is a twig. So I'm very fortunate I've seen that a couple of times in the last week. So thankfully it didn't take me too long to see that. I twigged it quickly. Scottish dish is porridge, and well, in fact it's tasted by a convict and people in prison. In theory, I don't know if it's still the case, were given porridge or doing porridge. I don't quite know the etymology of it, but there you go. Right, the island of Madeira is created fresh is made, and air, anagram of air. Okay, so created is made, and then fresh air is saying fresh is telling us an anagram of air. Made Ira. Okay. Older relative is, you can call your grandma your nanny, and of a kid is the name for a baby goat. So older relative of a kid would be a nanny goat. Witness, a witness is a fly on the wall. An insect, a waiting swatter. Okay, so literally, if there's a fly on the wall, you swat it. There you go. Tube, tube is a straw, and where growths come up, so we're looking at growths which are warts going upwards. Warts. Thingamajig is a one-sit, and we've got has twit discombobulated. So just a complicated looking clue there, which is actually very simple. Has twit is an anagram of what's it, and discombobulated I think is the one we're looking at as our anagram indicator to get to thingamajig. A clue that looks difficult, but actually it's very simple, really. Something that's ridiculous is potty, and a place to sit. Well, when you're potty training, back as a 2-year-old or whatever it is, that's where you sit, on the potty. Another anagram of arcade nearly is calendar year. So collapsing is telling us it's an anagram, and they've got a cryptic hint here saying its days may be numbered. So the calendar year has its days may be numbered. Which normally refers to days being numbered. Normally says you've only got so many left. You're going to die at this point. In this case, it's really just calendars have numbers on them. Middle Eastern is an Israeli, and again another anagram, serial I, so translated telling us to anagram those two words. Badge pinned by Maestro Setter, so we've got a rosette hidden away there. That's our fourth hidden word of the day. Badge is a rosette, pinned by telling us it's a hidden word. Almost there. Scrap is a fight. Confetti flying high, iridescent of confetti, so ultimate letters of is an F. I is confetti, G is flying, H is high, and the last letter of iridescent is D, which gives us fight. A dance is a tango. Bronze, if you get bronzed, if you tan in the sun, and the green light is to go, green for go, tango. And finally, directors are the board, the executive board. If they're evidently yawning, it's because they are bored, and out loud is telling us it's a sound like of being bored to get to the board. So there we go, all done. 11:27. Yeah, really pleased with that after a kind of tough couple of days somewhere in this week. Fastest one of the week. So thank you, Mara, for that. Good puzzle. Potty, great clue. And there we go.